Not all disasters look like disasters. Some happen in silence, without alarms, without witnesses. You wake up in a familiar life, but something in you knows the ground has shifted. You go through the motions, you answer texts, you smile, you keep going. And no one sees the parts of you that are unraveling beneath it all. Because on the outside, you still look fine. But inside, you're losing pieces. Not because you're weak, but because something sacred has been stolen, and no one noticed. This is the story of someone like that, someone who gave everything and was left with nothing. She wasn't broken, she was erased. Not all at once, and not in public, but piece by piece, behind closed doors. The betrayal didn't look like shouting or slamming doors. It looked like long silences, deferred dreams, missing money. It looked like staying home so someone else could chase their future, and watching that same someone rewrite history without you in it. One morning she woke up, and her life was gone. Not metaphorically, literally. The accounts were empty, the home no longer in her name, the children not within reach. She had no career, no car, no backup plan. This is where most stories end, but hers was just beginning. What no one tells you is this: rock bottom isn't loud, it's quiet. It sounds like a grown woman breathing on a park bench, calculating which friend she hasn't burned with her silence. It feels like guilt for surviving, and shame for needing help. She was once a professional, respected, the one who held things together. Now she was collecting uniforms for a certificate course, not because it matched her degree, but because it was possible. That decision alone, braver than most people's best days. And it didn't make her less, it made her human again. Neuroscience doesn't talk enough about betrayal, but the body does. What she experienced wasn't just grief, it was neuroelectric collapse. When someone is abandoned, erased, and dishonored all at once, the brain's default mode network, the part tied to identity and memory, goes into protection mode. Thought loops distort, time perception warps, focus narrows to get through the day. This is why betrayal feels like you're disappearing. Because in a very real sense, parts of yourself temporarily shut down to survive. But she didn't stay there, she learned how to rebuild. It didn't begin with therapy, or a job, or a great comeback. It began with consistency. The nervous system doesn't need hype, it needs rhythm. She woke up at the same time, ate small meals at the same time, sat near a window, same time. What she was doing, without knowing it, was rebuilding her vagal tone, the bioelectric feedback loop that regulates how safe we feel in the world. The research is clear. People who experience betrayal trauma have measurable disruptions in HRV, heart rate variability, and it doesn't return through mindset alone. It returns through repetition with compassion. That's what she gave herself. She didn't call it healing. She just called it surviving with dignity. Slowly, her body began to trust again. Her hands didn't shake when she signed paperwork. And one day, she said yes to school. Not to reclaim what she lost, but to rebuild from who she was now. Studying on her lunch break, crying while filling out government forms, failing one exam, and showing up again anyway. This is grit without an audience. Neuroplasticity doesn't always come from learning something new. Sometimes it comes from refusing to disappear. She built a new rhythm, and her brain followed. Today, she works in one of the prestigious hospitals. She is steady, she is good at what she does, but more importantly, she is whole. Not because she got everything back, she didn't, but because she stopped needing anyone else's permission to exist. She no longer defines herself by the love that left, or the title that vanished, or the betrayal that stole a decade. She defines herself by presence, the kind that breathes, the kind that walks into a room and makes it safer without trying. If you've been through something like this, if you've lost more than you can explain, and you're still here, then I want you to know something. You don't need to rise, or rebuild, or do anything today. Just know that you're not broken. You are being rewritten, slowly, kindly. And one day, you'll look back and realize you didn't just survive. You created a self the world couldn't erase this time. If this story touched something in you, drop a word in the comments. Just one word that feels like where you are now. Reclaim it. Beginning. Quiet. And if you're rebuilding, not for applause, but for peace, you belong here. Subscribe when you're ready to keep healing from the inside out. This isn't motivation, it's nervous system truth. Engineered, one quiet video at a time.